we're going to begin with the U.S. holding a suspected bomb maker in its custody now more than 30 years after an explosion brought down Pan Am Flight 103 over Lockerbie, Scotland.
This bombing killed 270 people, many of them Americans, almost 200 of them, 190. The suspect, a former senior Libyan intelligence officer, is making his first appearance in U.S. federal court today. He's accused of making the explosives that brought down the plane. I want to bring in CBS News senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge, who's been following the story. Catherine, can you first please walk us through what are the charges that he's facing and what can we expect from this court appearance that's pretty historic?
Well, a criminal complaint was unsealed 2 years ago by the Justice Department, and it laid out 2 criminal charges. They're both terrorism related. The bottom line is that it was the making of a device that brought down and destroyed an American aircraft. What we can expect from the initial appearance that we think will happen later today seems to have been a little bit of a slowdown with that appearance, which may be a paperwork issue, not uncommon, is that the suspect would be assigned an attorney, would identify himself that he is indeed Abu Aguila Mohammed Masood, and then another trial or a date would be set for an initial appearance and a plea.
Catherine, do the charging documents go in at all to detail about how the U.S. was able to identify and then apprehend this suspected bomb maker and murderer, by the way, of 270 people?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this criminal complaint tells us a lot about what details came together. Details came together to make it possible for the U.S. to make this big push to bring the suspect to U.S. soil. Abu Gila Mohammed Masood was part of Libyan intelligence. He was captured about a decade ago, and there were a series of interrogations. And what was contained in the criminal complaint is that he allegedly confessed to making this device and doing so at the direction of the late Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi. Fast forward several years, the U.S. government learned about this interrogation and then questioned the interrogator, used that information in combination with this forensic evidence about the explosives in the cassette player, and that was the basis of the criminal case and really brought to life an investigation that had been somewhat languishing for at least a decade.
You know, the investigation was languishing, as you said, for a decade, but, you know, this happened 34 years ago. I can imagine that those families of the victims, 270 victims, have spent every day thinking about them. How are they reacting today? I mean, it's just as very delayed.
What I heard most frequently from these family members is that it was so important to them for this alleged bomb maker to be prosecuted in a U.S. court. The other 2 Libyan suspects who were prosecuted, there was a long negotiation. They were sent to the Netherlands and prosecuted under Scottish law. They wanted to see individuals brought here to this country and to face the full U.S. judicial process. What I also heard is that it's been a difficult road for these families. There's been sort of a lot of ups and downs and moving sideways and then falling backwards again. So they had hope still that this day would come. But of course, when it came, there was a genuine sense of amazement and awe that it was possible. And one of them told me that though she doesn't live in the Washington area, she absolutely plans to attend this trial in person when it happens.
I'm sure it gives hope to a lot of people awaiting that kind of justice from other crimes. 34 years is a long time.
Yeah, long time, large crime scene, hundreds of miles to piece together.
840.
840.
840 square miles, probably the largest crime scene in world history. And then they pieced it back together in this giant jigsaw, and they found this tiny little piece of a chip from the cassette recorder and fibers of fabric, and they traced them back to what they thought was the site of purchase, and that's what led them to this alleged bomb maker.
All those pieces coming together for these charges, and we'll see it in U.S. court, we hope. Catherine Herridge, thank you very much.
You're welcome.